Alright guys, how's it going? I hope everybody had a good and safe weekend. I did. I had a great weekend actually. I spent time with the family, the kids, and got a little bit of building done. I was kind of tinkering around with an engine here that I'm trying to build for an upcoming project that I'm doing. Well, I guess you could say I already started it with the engine, but just been playing with it a little bit, trying to get some things done to it, trying some different things, trying to up my detail work a little bit. The headers, I just left them like that because I don't know exactly how I'm going to run them yet. So, but yeah, that's what I did over the weekend. Put that back. I want to drop it and break it. I'd probably cry. No, I probably wouldn't, but it is what it is. Anyway, this video is about the Rat Rod community build. It's going to be starting tomorrow, so that means at 12 midnight tonight, you can go ahead and get started if you want. I don't know if I will. If I'm awake, I'll probably sit here and tinker with it after that time, but if not, then it ain't no big deal. I'll get started on it in the morning tomorrow sometime. We set a deadline for a month with this build. It does not mean that you have to finish in that month. We just did that so we didn't have, videos going on all year long about Rat Rod community build. Which, if we do, it's fine, but we're kind of keeping away from it because we do have other group builds coming up that we would like to get people involved in and see people involved in, and I want to get involved in a couple of them myself, I think. As far as rules for the build goes, I haven't talked with Heath about it or anything, but I'm just going to leave it as, it's a rat rod. There are no rules. Do what you want to do. Build it the way you want to build it. If you consider it a rat rod, then I'll consider it a rat rod. You don't have to post progress videos, but for the lack of videos in the community right now, it would be nice if you would. I'm not saying you have to. If you want to, you can. I don't care if you want to post progress videos every hour. I'll be the dummy sitting here watching every single one of them. I probably won't get no building done, but this is the kit that I've gotten started, that I'm going to be starting with. And I know some of y'all are going to say, well, that's not a rat rod, you're starting with a kit. Well, this kit is a rat rod kit, but if you've followed my channel or seen any of my videos, I really don't build box stock. So this is not going to look like this, and it's not going to have very few parts taken out of it. It comes with, you can see here, it's got a little 4-banger engine in it. That's not going in my rat rod. The surfboards, I don't know, I may use the surfboards. I've been using them for patterns to make my own, so I may use a couple that I've made for it. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably just use a couple that I've made for it. Like I say, it's that's the kit I'm starting with, but it's not going to be anything really. What I'm using out of the kit's going to be the body, the wheels and tires. The wheels and tires in this kit I really like. It's got the white wall inserts. The tires are nice and soft. I think most of you know this kit. I was rather surprised whenever I got it. I bought it just for this occasion, and I'd seen it a few times, just never wanted to pick it up just because it said rat rod on it, and I like to do things kind of untraditional with rat rods, like I like to take things that shouldn't be a rat rod and turn it into a rat rod. But if I had somewhere where I could build a 1-to-1 scale rat rod, this is the body style it would be. I really like this body style, especially for rat rods, because you can do so many things to them. You know, it's kind of hard to be different with this body style because you see them all the time. But you know, I've got a few ideas. I don't know if it'll be different or not. It may just look like the next rat rod, but got a few ideas kicking around in the old noggin here. But like I say, the body, the wheels and tires, I may use a couple of like just small little things out of the kit. Or I may use some of it and then turn it into something that I need. You know, kind of scratch build onto the part that came from the kit, or clean it up and make it look different or something. Then I got the chassis, or not the chassis, I'm scratch building my chassis. I've been tinkering with a few ideas. And I think I can probably pull it off and make it look halfway decent. So I'm going to scratch build my own chassis. I got a certain style in mind that I'm going to be doing. This is a rear end that I'm going to be using. I'll probably be using the front axle out of it just because it's a drop axle and it's got the spring to it and all that. But I don't know yet. I'll have to see. I really don't know. I'm not planning to build it any certain way. I'm just going to start building and let it tell me what it wants. That's the way I do most of my builds. But the axle, the rear axle, I took from, I think it's a 57 Chevy I took it from. And I am going to have to lengthen it. I'm going to have to cut it and make it wider so I can get the wheels to set outside the body like I want. And I'm going to have it sit back and up. So I'll see how it comes out. But again, you know, I'm going to have to cut and lengthen it now. I was looking through my parts box, and most of the rear ends I have in there are in there for a reason. That's because they're not very much detail on them, and they just not a good looking rear end. So I kind of like this one. The only problem is I have to cut and widen it, and I've tried it a couple of times and it never comes out great. So I'm going to try something this time and see how it comes out this time. I may go through 3 or 4 of these rear ends before I actually get it right. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Then engine. I'm using the, I think it's a 396 out of the 67 Pro Street Chevelle. I like the details in that engine a lot, especially the valve covers. I don't know, I like them, but I don't know if I'm going to leave them chrome, or if I'll paint them or what. If I do leave them chrome, it's not going to be shiny. I'll dull it down and weather it up. Intake, I know is not going to be chrome. That's going to be aluminum. These little breather things right here. I'm probably going to use them to make my own style of like breather / scoop type thing. The only thing that I don't like about this kit, about this engine, is the carbs, the carburetors. They're really small and they're hard to do any detail work to, and it's basically just a pain in the rear. So I'm probably going to see if I can come up with some bigger ones for it. I think that's probably what I'll do. You got the water pump and starter and oil filter, fan and belts, and alternator somewhere in there. I don't know if I even took it off the parts tree. Yeah, right there it is. Probably not going to leave that chrome either. I'll probably paint it black. But it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. Looking forward, I've been watching I was watching some videos last night before I went to bed. And I got really excited about this build. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a lot of eye candy out there with all the rats crawling around in the community. I think it's going to be a great thing. I'm excited. I know there's a couple of you guys out there that I've seen already that are building your first rat rod, which is kind of my goal with this, is to get you guys out there that wouldn't normally build one into building one. You know, I don't know if I've ever told anyone or not, but this is why I got back in the community, because I love rat rods, and I want to build a 1-to-1 scale so bad, but I just don't got anywhere to do it. So I was sitting here a few years ago thinking, I think it's been like 3 years now, maybe 3.5, 4 years, something like that. How can I build a rat rod? So then I remember back in my days of being a kid, used to build models all the time, so I was thinking, well, maybe I could pick me up a couple of models and play around with the ideas of building a rat rod, so when I actually get somewhere to where I can build one, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to build, and stuff like that. So I went to the hobby store and I picked up a 32 Ford 5-window, picked up 32 Ford sedan, and I think I picked up the 34 Ford pickup, the Lindbergh kit, and I sat here and commenced to chopping and cutting and gluing and painting, and then after I was all done with that, it hit me, well, I wonder if there's anything on YouTube about it. So I did a search for rat rod model cars, and the rest is history. I found the community and started actually putting up videos and stuff like that. So that's kind of my story. Kind of how I got started back in the hobby and into the community. Yeah, I love rats, and I think it's going to be great to see you guys building them. Like I say, my goal is to get people that wouldn't normally build one into building them. And like I say, there's a couple of you out there that's doing it. I'd like to see some more of y'all, though. That I know a bunch of you that have told me in the past, well, I'd like to build a rat. I'd like to build a rat, but I haven't ever seen you build one. So now's your time. So jump in with us, guys. Get you a kit, or get you a parts box, or whatever you got to do. Just jump in and start building with us. Like I say, that's it for me, guys. I'm getting out of here. This video is long enough of my rambling on about whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think I'll talk to y'all later.